Hey ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Jazz Vengeance, Jazz Fitness here live, and I'm here tonight. I'm going to give you my AEW All Out predictions. Now you guys know I'm not for AEW. I don't think that AEW is going to successfully run. I think it's going to be a short-lived thing, honestly. And if you don't know why, go back and watch my videos and that'll probably explain it. But what I'm going to do, to be fair, I'm going to look at their card and I'm going to tell you what my predictions would be if I was running AEW and how things would work and what I predict should and will happen. Okay? So we're going to start. All right, so here we go. Let's start with this. So we have the start of Private Party versus Angelico and Jack Evans. I believe Private Party, isn't that like, I think that's like, I think Private Party, isn't that Christopher Daniels and those guys? I don't know, they change their names all the time. But anyway, that's the pre-show. I'm going to have to say that Private Party will win. Why not? So then you're going to have a women's casino battle royal. Winner receives a shot at the inaugural women's confirmed title. So they're going to get a shot at the title. The confirmed entries are Britt Baker, Jazz, Sadie Gibb, Tail Piper, Big Swole, Ariel Monroe, Brandy Rhodes, Nyla Rhodes, Ali, Yuka Sakari, I apologize if I'm butchering the names, and Ivelisse. Okay. So that's the Women's Casino Battle Royal. Women are going to shot at the title. Is there currently a women's champion I don't know about? I don't know if there is or not, but I'm going to have to say Jazz should win this because she's good. I love Jazz. First of all, it goes back to our old ECW days. But I had the opportunity to share a locker room with Jazz many times back in the early days of wrestling, my career. So I owe a lot to her helping me mold myself into the wrestling icon that I am. So thank you, Jazz, if you're watching. I wish you luck also. All honesty, anybody with Brandy Rhodes needs to win. And I'll tell you why Brandy Rhodes can't win. Because her husband runs the company. And if Brandy Rhodes somehow wins, then what message does that send your locker room and to the fans? It just says that it's the same story as everything else. So anyone but Brandy Rhodes needs to win this battle royal. In fact, I'm going to go on a limb and say Cody, Brandy Rhodes, and the Young Bucks shouldn't even be anywhere near a title since they're running things as executives. I strongly feel against being champion and going double dipping. I don't think you should do that. I think it's going to be sending a bad message to the locker room and also a bad message to the people in general. Okay, so that was that match there. So anybody but Brandy Rhodes needs to win that. I'm rooting for Jazz though. I love Jazz. Anyway, next match: Rhino versus Hikaru Shida. Rhino's a good friend of mine. I like Rhino, so I'm going to go with Rhino over that one. Then it looks like we got a four-way: Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc, and Darby Allin. I know Darby Allin from the Indies up here in Mass. I've shared the locker room with Darby before, so I'm going to root for him. Hopefully he does pretty well. I know they're pushing Joey Janela, though, so probably with him. But Darby Allin, I think he should get the win, but I don't, whatever. Then the Best of Friends versus the Dark Order. Winner gets a bye in the tag team championship tournament. I don't even remember who these people are. So I can't. I'm going to go with the Best of Friends just because they have the Friends in the title. And then we got. Okay, why are we having this? Cody versus Shawn Spears. For those of you who don't know, Shawn Spears is formerly known as Ty Dillinger, with Tully Blanchard in his corner. So Tully Blanchard of the Four Horsemen is going to stand in Shawn Spears' corner for Cody Rhodes versus Shawn Spears. Why? What relevance is that? Anyway, maybe if I watched the product, maybe I'd know better. But you know what? Shawn Spears needs to win. again, Cody can't win this match, because if he does, he's just going to look like the owner who can't be beat. I understand he won at Double or Nothing as well. He defeated his brother Dustin Rhodes, which I'm surprised about, because you're the executive. You shouldn't be. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm going to have to say Shawn Spears should defeat and go over on Cody, because Cody needs to take a back seat if he's going to be in the office. Okay, trust me on this. Okay, and then they're going to have a AAA Tag Team Championship. Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks in a ladder match. So the Lucha Brothers have to win, and I'll tell you why. Because, again, the Young Bucks are executives, and they should not be near a title shot. Why are the Young Bucks getting a title shot? Why do they get that and other people don't? Now, again, I don't know much about their product, but, like, why can't the Best of Friends be in that title match? Why can't the Young Bucks be down in the tournament, just gonna lose? Young Bucks should be the guys to get the other talent over. So the Young Bucks need to have the Lucha Brothers go over on them. Otherwise, they're no different than any other company. So then you got Kenny Omega versus Pac. What happened to Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley? Wasn't that a big thing going? Well, anyway, I guess Jon Moxley's not facing him now, because now he's facing Pac, formerly known as Neville. That actually wouldn't be a bad match. I think both guys are really talented. I think Kenny Omega is going to go over, but I think Pac should go over. But I think if there's going to be interference, but supposedly there's all kinds of rumors about Purple popping up, and see, Jon Moxley's pulled. I don't know. I'm reading stuff here online. I'm reading this as I'm literally doing this right off the cuff. I don't know much about this at all, but apparently CM Punk is may or may not be there. I don't know if I buy that. CM Punk, one of the greatest wrestlers. If they get CM Punk, they don't even need anybody else on the roster, because, in my opinion, that's money right there. Give the title to him. But in all honesty, CM Punk and Kenny Omega would be a freaking great match. Other than people I don't see so much. I don't really see him. He could wrestle a tin can and make it look good, but still. So Moxley's not at the show, so that's a bust for the Jon Moxley fans out there. Sorry to be a spoiler, but that's your card. So Pac is going to probably lose to Kenny Omega, because they got to push him as like the thing. But I'm going to tell you, if there is supposedly some surprise like entry or someone coming into the company, whether it be a guy like Punk, or I don't know what this whole angle is with Jon Moxley, but that would probably be the match that would happen at. And then the final match in the main event of the evening is Jericho versus Hangman Adam Page for the AEW Championship. And again, I mentioned in another video, but Chris Jericho needs to take the L on this one, and Adam Page absolutely needs to win. Because if Chris Jericho, the older veteran, takes this title away from this young up-and-coming superstar who earned this right to go up here, and if Adam Page doesn't go over on Jericho and wins this title, then AEW will be proved, like everyone else has been said, that it's no different than any other company, and that they're frauds, and they go back on everything that they say. And I don't mean that's not a shoot on on Chris Jericho. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. I think he's very much deserving of a title shot and a title run. But at this particular juncture in time, if you're crowning the champion, then absolutely Adam Page needs to be the champion. You can't have the veterans running this whole thing. You can't have the executives holding titles. It doesn't look good to the guys in the back. It doesn't look good for the guys who are coming from a distance. I'm not even in the company at all. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to cringe if I see any of the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, or Jericho. If they go over in any of these matches, I'm automatically going to be sick. And I'm already going to know that this is going to be a flop. Because absolutely what I just said is fact. That's what needs to happen if they're going to happen at all. This is wrestling. This is something I've been doing for 21 years. I've been booking wrestling now. I've been working on writing for I've been writing for the company for a while. And I'm telling you right now, guys, what I just said is from 21 years of wrestling business, but also before my 21 years of being in the wrestling business. I started out as a guy who listened and watched, read, and the difference between me and what we know now as a smark is the fact that I didn't buy into everything, and I didn't, I might have had my opinions on things, but I kept that to myself. I didn't go around and broadcast like it's facts, like smarks like to do, and I didn't shit on people for it. So that's my shot. That's my thing at AEW, and that's what's going to have to happen. If anything like that doesn't, all honesty, the rest of the matches can be great, and I don't really know a lot of the people on this roster. And actually, no, it's not true. I know some of the people on the roster, but I know a lot of the veterans on the roster. And if I know them, their job is going to be get the new, younger guys over so they can move up and keep the company alive and the business alive. Because I think what happens in the wrestling business is the veterans kind of forget that the younger generation has to go over, and they need the rub from us to get them over. So that way the wrestling business continues to grow, and that fade of glory, that fade of hope still lasts for that up-and-coming superstar of tomorrow that's 9 years old today. You understand what I mean? Okay. So that was my video. That was my predictions and what needs to happen for AEW in their all-out pay-per-view. So the bottom line of all of it is nobody in the executive office can win their matches. They all need to lose somehow. Brandy Rose, it's not a big deal. There's so many people in that match, it doesn't look like she's really going to be a factor if she's eliminated. She can be the second to last if she wants, but she cannot win. Okay, understand what I'm saying? Brandy Rhodes cannot win the title, cannot win that battle royal. Cody Rhodes should not be going over on Ty Dillinger or Sean, whatever his name is, Sean Spears. Sean Spears needs to go over on him. And finally, last but not least, Young Bucks cannot win the titles. If they win the titles, any of them win anything big, then they're frauds. Chris Jericho needs to lose to Adam Page. Adam Page needs to win in order for this company to show some flexibility and something original. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know. And I'm sure people who are haters are going to come attack me, so that's cool. I'm used to that too. I've been like I said, I've been a good guy and a bad guy, so I've heard it all. But until then, may all your dreams come true. You just got jazzed by vengeance.